Why does he do it when I'm filming?
I know.
This is... That's not sexy, man. Yeah, I know. I can smell it myself.
Oh. Oh, god damn, that's a lot of mud. That's a lot of frozen damn mud. Oh, ew. Oh, it's frozen. Alright guys, welcome to the channel. And it's Sunday today, so Sunday is normally my downtime day, man. Relaxing day, rest day, time to spend time with the family. But, you know, we thought, you know, be out here. Who's doing that? What is that?
I think we're chilling, there's like a flute.
Anyway, we're gonna get some questions and answers done from our last video. We're gonna answer it now. So if you have any more questions, put it at the bottom of this video and we'll answer it next week. But for now, we're gonna get questions and answers in. I was gonna ask them, and I'm gonna answer them while we're out here.
We're walking backwards, by the way, so
Yeah.
that's why I'm thinking.
Because the sun is this way. If I turn around, it's like, yeah, you can't see me. Then it's like, shit. So it was better to do that way. How about, come here. Come sit down next to Daddy. Away from us as much as possible. Guys, so we're sitting out here, and I thought, you know what, use the opportunity to get your questions in and get it answered. So let's do it.
Okay, question number 1 from South 97 North. What are your macros at the moment?
At the moment, I mean, my macros are changing by the week because we're on prep for the Arnold Classic, so it's going to differ anyway. But in terms of sizes and portions and everything else, but in terms of sources, you know, right now we're on rice for carb sources, sweet potatoes, and those are the two main carb sources we use at the moment. Protein is more variable because that's it.
I was going to say oats, but oats also changed.
Oats are changing. I mean, by next week or so we won't have oats either. So for now, I mean, protein sources wise, we got eggs, steak, chicken breast, fish. So that's what we're having at the moment, and obviously based on wherever we are, the quantity of them changes.
Yep, and then question number 2 from the same South 97 North is, my gym has a standing carb race machine, only how do I build my carbs?
You use the standing carb racing machine. Now that's one exercise that definitely helps a lot, you know. And I always say, like, if you watch any of my carb training videos, not on my channel or Hostile YouTube channel, you see the form I take when we train carbs. It's normally nice and heavy and nice and steady movement. Pause and squeeze at the top and contract and muscle at the top, because a lot of people, when they do carb training, they tend to just bounce on their calves, and that doesn't really aim and target the calves as centralized as much. So I always say it's more the contracting really heavy weights with the calves. Those are what really pushes them to grow, you know. And when you've done it long enough, the pain is so endearing and so painful that it feels like a swelling to it, and it burns like hell. When you contract them tight enough and you get that feeling, that's when you know you're in the right path.
Okay, then we've got a question for If Then. It's, you've got the best story of the Olympia. Curious, what is it like to be married to a top 6 bodybuilder?
Well, you're asking me or you're asking you?
I'm a top 6.
Oh, yeah, that's your fault. You should give me the damn thing. You answer that question.
Oh, don't point camera at me.
Yeah, go on. What's it like to be married to a top 6 bodybuilder?
It's a hard work.
Oh, right. Is that all
it is a hard work.
Oh, that's what.
I'm the one doing all the work.
All right.
You're only getting on stage.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's how it works then. That's funny how it rolls. So I don't really do anything.
There's no difference, to be fair, between what it was before the Olympia and after the Olympia.
The work just carries on, isn't it? It's just more or less standard.
Yeah.
You know, it hasn't really changed much, even from when we started to now.
No.
It's got harder, if anything, but it hasn't changed in terms of what we do.
Yep.
So yeah.
Challenges don't get any easier.
Nope.
If anything, they get probably be more challenging.
Yeah, because there's more at stake. There's more on the line. There is more pressure, and we always aim to perform better each time based off how heavy the pressure goes.
Yes.
So.
And I'm always tired because I'm always doing everything, and
Oh, yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
I'm the one doing all the training.
Uh-huh.
I'm the one going on stage.
Yeah. Anything else you're doing that I'm not doing?
Actually, I do everything apart from those two things. This is the thing.
Yeah, you see?
These
yeah.
are the only two things that I don't do.
All right. See, I get that a lot, all the time. All the time.
Yes.
All right, next question. Let's go. That's the next question.
Okay, next question. So next question will be from our regular
Yep.
Samson 12321. One question Samson asked was about because it was before they released the list for the Arnold.
All right.
Was
yeah.
what if you don't get to the Arnold? But I don't think it's relevant anymore.
No.
So question number 1 from Samson is: now that you are the face of British England bodybuilding, and yes, you are, in case you have not realized that, are you ready to handle the fame that comes along with it? I say that because some have wished to win Olympians and or became famous in bodybuilding and as soon as it happens they do a Dr. Jack and Mr. Hyde transformation of their character for the wars. You're always so level-headed, and I highly doubt any negative aspect will ever show, but I just thought I would ask.
I mean, the fair is one getting used to. For me, it's something getting used to. But I think with bodybuilding fame compared to like normal fame, you can step away from it. Like, look here, we're out in the park with the family and everything else. Nobody knows who you are, nobody cares, you know, you're just a big guy. And that always keeps you grounded, you know.
There was one time before the Olympia, I think it was like a few weeks
before
Olympia,
somebody didn't recognize me in the park.
When we came out, we were walking out of here and then someone came out, good luck at the Olympia.
I mean, okay, yeah, to be fair,
also, there was one time a few weeks ago, after the Olympia, when we ordered pizza, and then the delivery
driver like, oh, you that guy in Mr. Olympia? And I thought, okay. So yeah, okay.
And what did you tell him? He said, no,
I said,
not.
no, it's not me.
And he ran off.
And he was kind of like in shock. Oh, no? And I was like,
no, he just ran off.
Sorry, no, it's
he
not
just
me.
ran off.
And
he just ran off.
So I mean,
he was young.
The thing is, I mean, we are getting more recognized now. We sort of notice it, but honestly, I don't think you know, the idea is, I don't think it really changes you, man. I don't think that sort of thing changes if that's not your personality, if that's not underlying who you are. So I don't think that there's no amount of fame or whatever or face of bodybuilding is ever going to make me be anything than who I am. So I don't, you know, it's definitely different and it's definitely something getting used to, but I don't think I can ever
because
change
we walk
that.
behind the closed doors with the same.
Yeah, with the same people every day.
We argue the same way.
Yeah, we argue the same way. We go through the same dilemma just like we always have.
Yeah.
So I don't think
nothing has changed in that aspect. It's not like it's this overnight sort of. You all of a sudden you wake up.
Like,
you wake up in the mansion with security guards outside your house.
I'm big now. Can't you tell? So no, I don't think things change like that, man. I think it's who you are. Is who you are. You know, if you buy into it so fully like that, you change your character. That doesn't say much about your character. It means that you're so weak in that sense. But you know, I've always worked hard. You know, through my life, I've always come through working very humble jobs to where I am now. So, and I think that's already built my character. Remember, I'm not in my 20s, man. I've already lived life and had all the negatives and everything else that's come through it. So life has already taught me a very solid lesson of who I am. So I don't think anything that happened now will ever change that. So yeah, I'm kind of secured in that manner.
Okay.
Buddy, what are you doing? Come on. The next question.
Next question.
You done?
I need to change my hand. So, this 2022 Olympia. Oh, hold on. Sometimes I'm filming and I'm holding the camera and I'm reading as well. So this 2022 Olympia was rife with errors, problems, lack of consideration for athletes in regard to freezing cold backstage area, crowding of athletes, hours-long delays. Have you athletes been able to speak to those who can bring change to this so that no one has to endure any of this again at any future shows? It is already a high stress situation for prepping and going through the judging, and now you have to worry about being held up for hours that can cause the body to change significantly right before the most important show, bodybuilding.
I mean, to be fair, you know, I don't think it's as bad as many people are making out to be, because I was there the whole time in the same position like every other guy was. And we've done so many shows, like so many pro shows to get to this point, and we've had so many experiences that has sort of, we used to, I mean, look, we've never been to a show, or maybe probably two bros now and then, But we've never been to a show where they said, okay, you're going to be on stage at 7 o'clock, and bang, on 7 o'clock you're on stage. We know there will always be delays. We
Two
know
Bros is the only one that
Two Bros is the only one that's ever
like
done it,
sticks
ever,
to time,
like, ever done it.
to the dot.
Every other show we ever do, we always expect the idea of, okay, we're going to be, they'll say be backstage for 7, 6 o'clock, and I know I ain't going to be on stage until about 9, 10 o'clock. We sort of know that, and we are prepared and practice for that. That's why when we go backstage, I have my meals for just in case meals with me. I have my drinks. I have everything with me just in case things go to plan. I'm constantly on the phone to Mel and Milo say, okay, right. And they give me things to do at that time. So for me, the Olympia, a lot of people sort of pointing out negative, all this and that and this. And
It wasn't that
it was
delayed.
still,
It was late, but it wasn't that
It was
delayed.
late, but it wasn't enough for me to feel like, oh
It
my
wasn't
God, this is
freezing, was
terrible.
it?
No, because we sat back there, I had a nap for freaking an hour and a half. I would have done the same thing while I was sitting in a hotel room. And yes, the backstage was a bit cramped and everything else, but every single guy found their own spot to just chill out and just kind of get your mind out of it. It ran longer than he should, but remember, most of this time when those things happen, it's not because of the promoters or the shows. What happens is they'll sell tickets out for loads of fans.
That's what I was going to say.
They sell tickets out for loads of fans, and they'll say, okay, guys, the show starts at 8 o'clock. We all know people do not show up at 8 o'clock. They have to wait for everybody to grab their seats, sit down, and be there on time before they can actually officially start the show. So you've already got hours knocked back from there, and before the actual show starts. So imagine if you paid out, I think tickets were like $800 for the Olympia, and you have to be there for 9, and then you show up like a little bit, half an hour late, and the show has already started and you've missed out.
Over.
It's almost coming to the end. You've missed out so much of it.
Yep.
You'll be ticked. You'll be like, man, I paid all that money. What the hell? Yeah, it's probably your fault for not being on time, but at the same time, it's almost like going to the cinema. There's going to be loads of ads before the main thing starts. So it's that leeway of, okay, getting people there, you have to go to security. You have to go through a lot before you can get people on their seats. So that will always cause delay. And it's not the promoter's fault that they can't simply say, okay, come on, we're just going to start the show anyway. We don't have an audience. We don't have people showing up yet. People are still getting their tickets sorted and getting onto their seats. But let's just start the show anyway. So you have to sort of be flexible as an athlete for those things. Yeah, you don't like it when they're hours and hours behind. But as an athlete, I think it's our job to prepare for the worst case scenario and hope for the best.
And also from someone who was there sitting in the spectators, I have to say I have never seen anything like that, because I was messaging Samson saying this is like I've never seen, and I know it's the Olympia, I know it's the best of the best, but we went to the Arnold in March, and that was my first sort of big show to watch, which was out of this world. Olympia is on a completely different level. It's on a completely different level. It's nothing like that, and to have that in a bodybuilding world when it's almost like some sort of Oscars Academy. It was amazing. I was sitting there and I was looking at the screen, and the way they've done the production was just so fantastic. So for spectators, and I think people forget that if it wasn't for the fans, the sport wouldn't exist. So if people pay $800 and $1,000 for the Olympia, and it was so busy to even get there. It was so busy because they were security checking, so everyone had to get the bag through the security and everything else. There was queues, so they had to take that into consideration and wait for people to actually sit down so they could start properly. But even like for spectators to sit there and watch them waiting, it's just honestly, it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. The production of that show was nothing. Watching it, because we've been watching Olympia for years. On TV, and on YouTube. There's nothing like watching it live, being in there, and then watching it. It's completely different thing. Completely different.
And I hear people say, "Oh, they should just have a black backdrop."
Oh God!
Honestly, if you pay that much money to see a pro show, and all they did was just put a black curtain and
like
march
back in
the
the
guys
80s.
on stage, march the guys on stage, pause and leave. You'll be like, man, this looks like a cheap ass gym production.
It would be absolutely unacceptable.
So I think sometimes the backdrop can be too much, but I think this year it was spot on, because if you were there watching it, it's not distracting. It was dark. They had the flames going off. The production was so like wow.
And also another thing I want to say, because a lot of the times when we go to shows and they said the lighting was bad, because it on the screen when you're watching on back home on YouTube later, it shows really, really bad. But watching it from live, and I've been to many shows where when I'm watching him on stage, he looks absolutely perfect.
Well, on the
But then
screen,
on screen, it looks like
it
he's
looks
bleak,
darker.
and you can hardly ever
Yep.
see
So
see
it's
with
more
his
the
silhouette.
camera that needs to be changed to
That-
make it
yeah.
more clarity, not the actual stage
Yeah.
lighting. Because the lighting, when you're standing there, you can see clear as day.
Yep.
It's like, wow, everything is clear as day. Trust me, everything is clear as day. It's when you then put your phone or you use your whatever camera they use to record
Yep.
it then makes the contrast and everything look darker and not as bright, and people think, oh, I can't see anything. So it's more the camera. Trust me, it's look, go to a show and watch it for yourself. It is different, especially in something like the Olympia or the Arnold. It's different being there.
Oh,
Honestly, it's
God.
just
It's-
levels.
it's the
levels.
experience that
and especially
nothing
doing it,
like that.
We've watched it for years, and when we were there doing it ourselves for the first time, I was blown away because I was expecting it to be big and grand and wow because it's the Olympia, but it blew my expectations even then away.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, this is
Yeah.
the next level. This is what you dream about when you come into your Olympia. This is what you imagine it would be, and that's exactly how it was. So, yeah, for me,
I think
you
it
know,
was even better than
it was
that.
better. It was really that much better, you know. And people, you know, you get a lot of people talking negative about it and oh, this wasn't right, that wasn't right. But I can tell you now, it wasn't like that when you were
At
there.
least you have an equipment to pump up with.
Oh yeah, we had weights in the
Because
back. We
normal
had
pro
everything.
shows don't have
we
that.
didn't just have cables. We had dumbbells. We had rack.
Yep.
We had everything to sort of be there and get ourselves done. All the minutes, yeah, we were running late, but then every show runs late, so you plan for that.
Mm-hmm.
You plan for it. This,
Yep.
I'm not. Look, I'm doing the Arnold in 6 weeks' time. I know for what that I'm going to be backstage for a few hours.
Yeah, because it
planned
was
for
the same day and they called the guys.
Yep.
I think it was like around 7 o'clock,
Yep.
and you don't get on stage
Basically.
until like 8:30 or
Yeah,
9
We
o'clock.
plan for it. You just plan for it. That's all you. It just takes a little bit of planning, and then don't complain and moan afterwards because you think, oh well, it was too late. And everything.
Yep.
You just plan for it.
All right,
Yeah.
call the boy and then I'll ask next question.
Buddy, come here. Hey, stop chasing things. Come on. Yep. All right. Next question.
Next question from, I think it's Alex Jeske. Hello. Been following your progress and rooting for you since Korea. Congratulations on top 6. You have showed what hard work and perseverance gets you. In my eyes, #1 contender for the Arnold Classic title. My question is, after the Arnold and your Olympia off-season starts, is your plan to surpass the 330 pounds you reached this last off-season and try to hit, for example, 340? I know you have stated that how uncomfortable it was last one for you, or do you think you can make the same amount of progress staying lighter at, let's say, 310, 315? Best of luck in this 2023 season. There's only greatness in your future.
Thank you, man. Really appreciate it, man. Really appreciate the support. It means a lot. Next off-season, personally, I think I'm gonna have to see what my body feels like because I know the first time I hit a high weight like that, it's always very comfortable. Second time I do it, it's always a lot easier the second time around. It always takes a lot less food, it takes a lot less effort, and it feels more comfortable. So I have to see how my body reacts when I get to it. And I just trust my body to do what he does because he always goes up. Stage weight always goes up. You know, I always end up putting about 10 pounds on stage weight each year. So this will probably not be no different. If I get to 330 and I feel like actually it's not so bad and I carry on eating and body feels like it wants to grow, I'm not going to stop it. But like, yeah, well, let it happen. At the same time, I know for what, even if I get to that weight and it doesn't push any further than that, and I feel like, okay, I can just wait for it to sort of just adjust to that weight a little bit more and be more comfortable with it, then I'll stay at that weight. But either way, I'm at the point now where I can literally just get to that weight, which I'm going to get to again this off-season, and just let whatever happens, happens. You know, now to stay at that weight and be comfortable with it and get used to it, or if my body decides to carry on growing, I let it grow past it.
Okay.
So that's just where I sort of see it.
Nice.
Okay.
So that was the last question from the viewers, and
yep.
then last question, obviously, per tradition, ask yourself a question.
Are you going to win the Arnold Classic, or do you think you can win the Arnold
Have
Classic?
you
this year?
prepared for this?
No, I wasn't. I just popped out of my head. I'm going to win the Arnold Classic. And I want this video to be the marking point where I said it, so I can come back to it after the Arnold is done. And
Are
go.
you going to win Arnold
I'm going to win the
Classic?
Arnold Classic.
Nice.
So, yeah. So, guys, let's head off the rest part of our video. Buddy, time to go. It's very nice today. You know, although it's icy and cold, but it's actually nice sunshine as well to it. All right, guys. So part of our family day today, I came up with a little idea
For yourself.
for myself. Yeah, I'm a part of the family, ain't I?
Always.
So basically, you know, I don't know if some of you have seen, but I have this fetish for sports cars. I obviously have my BMW. Yeah, this is fetish.
No, fetish means when it's sexually.
Oh, is fetish a bit sexually?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I mean, it's used, you know, that.
All right, I got a thing for sports cars then. How about that? Oh, the sun is right behind me, and you can see all the dogs. Oh, there we go, better. So, we're gonna go check out McLaren, man, because I want to see if I can fit in one.
Come here.
I mean, obviously I'm prepping now, so I'm not by lighter, so I want to see if I can fit in one or not. So we're going to the McLaren dealership, and I want to go check out some of the cars that I want to one day hope to be getting, probably next year. Well, I want to see, there's 2 of them I want to check out, and I want to see if they have them, and I want to see if I fit. So we're going to head out to go try that. Excited? Actually, inside here is actually it's almost like a Ferrari. Open it second. And then get out. See? Once you're in, it's not so bad.
You know, off season, there's no way you can even have a passenger next to you.
Of course you can.
No, you won't.
I mean, I would fit in the 488.
By yourself?
Yeah, me and him were in the car. We fit then.
No.
Well, then I guess it's going to be me, myself, and I. Right? Yeah, right, let us get out. The official question. Can I fit in a supercar? Yes. I do officially fit. Don't forget what Mel tells you. She said I don't fit, but I do fit because I'm in here. Yeah. Legs are in. Body's in. Just. I do fit in one. And there's space for the passenger. So don't let Mel tell you anything. It's comfortable and I fit. I gotta show forward because you won't believe me, but it's comfortable and I fit it well. It doesn't matter if I'm a few weeks out from a show. I fit at some point, so it's comfortable. Boom, boom, boom. It's nice. I fit. Proof. I can get one of these because I fit inside it. Watch me get out like I own it. Yeah. Yeah, stylish. Yeah, enough. Seriously. I know I ain't gonna be serious.
Yeah, go on. You go inside.
Okay.
How's that?
On
This is like digging in your.
my shoulders. I ain't fit. This sounds fun. This is how she's the car anyway. Actually, I mean, well, this is
I think
way-
this is only for Formula One drivers because they very the
It's for
size-wise they
people-
match.
It's for people that want to be Formula One drivers.
Yeah.
This is like, I feel. No. 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 That's not. Alright guys, so we're back from our day. We're about to chill out and have the rest of our Sunday. So that was just a nice enjoyable time for the weekend, Just enjoying the little things in life. But yeah man, checked out the McLaren garage, love the McLaren. I'm half and half with it. Part of me is like, yeah, they're nice cars, and yes, I do just fit in some of them, which is nice. But at the same time, the customer service in there was sucked, man. They were bad. I mean, they just, it was like they don't take you seriously. They think you're just there to mess around and not give a damn. So because of that, you know what? Even if I wanted a McLaren, just because of how pure customer service, how bad it was, I wouldn't get one.
It was definitely surprising how
bad it was.
even the venue doesn't
It
look.
didn't look that special. It
Yeah.
didn't feel like you were. It didn't feel like you were out to buy a real special car. It just felt like, here that would do. You're buying a Volvo or something.
Yeah.
So for me, that was definitely not.
I mean,
impressive.
you know it's bad customer service when you ask about having to look at specific car,
And then, we
and
don't
then
have
and then you've been told, oh, I would love to show you, but my manager took the key to
Key of
this
the car.
only to this car, only to that car. I don't know
Yeah.
why, but he just took it. I don't know why.
So for me, that was a big no-no. Automatically, that just killed me. I was like, you know what? I'm not interested anymore. So for me, that's done. So next week, I'm gonna check out Mercedes, AMG GT. But nah, that really killed my spirit, man. It just killed my love for that specific cars, those cars. It just felt like you just set a bad mood precedent all in all. But yeah, just keep on moving on. And next week I'm gonna do something else. So until then, guys, man, thanks for watching. And on that note, we'll catch you next time.